Welcome to Stormin Chocolate. I'm Stormin Norman. Today is song, I don't know, song 21. Today is song 21, New Sensation by INXS from their album Kick. Kick was INXS's sixth studio album from 1987 and is considered the pinnacle of their career. INXS's fortunes took an upturn in 1982-83 with the release of their third studio album, Shabu Shuba, and that caught the attention of the nascent broadcasting channel that was MTV, which went on the air in August of '82. Towards the end of that first year of MTV's existence, INXS put out the single The One Thing and a video for that. So that being one of the few videos that MTV had access to, they put it into heavy rotation. A couple of months after that, the video for Don't Change came out. And I remember both of those coming in and being very nice songs and very interesting videos. And I really liked Don't Change more than I liked The One Thing. They were both very much acceptable and kind of like outside of the norm. And maybe I'll put that down to them being from Australia and not really having the same rock sensibility as, let's say, the English bands from the UK or the American groups or the Canadian groups, all of which I was listening to. Shabu Shuba was followed by the album The Swing, which had the hit song Original Sin, which was also followed by Listen Like Thieves with the hit song What You Need. After that came Kick. The first single off of Kick was Need You Tonight, but that stalled at number 12 on the US charts. The next three singles went even further than that. New Sensation, the second single, went all the way up to number 5. Devil Inside went up to number 2. And Never Tear Us Apart went up to number 5 also. And in an ironic twist, Atlantic, which was INXS's North American distribution partner, didn't really like the album, and they offered INXS $1 million to go back to Oz and re-record a new album. And yet, this was the biggest thing that ever happened to sliced bread. I'm sorry, I'm mixing metaphors here. Shabu Shuba hit number 46 on the US charts and was certified gold, while it went platinum in Oz.
What's Oz?
Australia, where it went double platinum. Shabu Shuba hit number 46 in the US and was certified gold, and it hit number 5 in Oz, and it was certified as double platinum. However, in Australia, the platinum certification is for 70,000 units, whereas in the US, it's a full million. Gold in the US is 500,000 units or more, and platinum is double that. So that's how those numbers multiply out. Now, their next album, The Swing, hit only number 52 in the US, but it was certified as platinum, so it sold 1 million copies at least. Whereas in Australia, it hit number 1 and it was certified 6 times platinum, so more than 400,000 units. Listen Like Thieves, their follow-up album, hit number 11 in the US and was certified double platinum, and it also hit number 1 in Australia and was 4 times platinum there. Kick went all the way to number 1 in Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. It was in the top 5 in the US, France, and the Netherlands, and was certified 7 times platinum in Australia and 6 times platinum in the US. 6 million units, that's a pretty good number. 6 million copies, and the record distributor in North America didn't like it. So I remember when the first two songs from INXS, Don't Change and The One Thing, came out. In 82, 83. MTV was kind of like the new radio. It was always on in the background when we were at home. We didn't really have access to it in the car. That's kind of a new thing. But, there were always new videos coming out, always new singles coming out. Every time INXS had a new album and released singles, they almost invariably released a new video to go with it. However, New Sensation was really something that met its name. It was really something that broke through all the same old videos and songs that we were listening to. and it really broke through to me, and I liked it immediately, and I still like it. It's got this infectious guitar right at the beginning, and I just love that. It's almost like a sequencer, which probably explains why I like it so much. And that goes on for like the first 4 bars, and then after that we get a cymbal crash, the bass comes in, and Michael Hutchence, the lead singer, starts singing. The verses are AAB, AAB, AAB. The choruses are almost exactly the same, but not exactly the same. And Michael is singing, he's carrying on the conversation, and the rest of the band, the backup singers, they just keep repeating A New Sensation. So the chorus is kind of similar. But I love the verses. The verses are kind of paired between the first A and the second A, between the way that they start and what they're talking about. So the way the verses are constructed is that the first line in each verse it's a verb, baby, verb. So for example, it says, cry, baby, cry, or sleep, baby, sleep. And that's how the first one goes. And then the second line in each verse it tells you why. Why should you sleep? Why should you cry? Why should you hate, etc.? And then the rest of the 3 lines in each verse goes on to expound why each of those happens. But there's a lot of fun things that are in the verses. At the end of the first verse in each pair, there's a second guitar that comes in and accompanies the guitar that's already playing, the rhythmic guitar, and it leads up to a moment where everything stops for like 2 beats, and there's this gap. So there's no sound, no singing, nothing for like 2 seconds, and then it continues on. And that happens in the middle between the 2 pairs, the first AA and the second AA and the third AA. So that's kind of fun. There's another fun part in the beginning to the 5th verse where Michael sings, hate, baby, hate, and the drummer goes, ba-bum, bum. And it's the only time in the entire song that happens. So there's a lot of fun things that are going on, and I'm not going to tell you all of the fun things because I want you to discover them on your own. So to that end, here's what the gap in the first verse, or between the first and second verses, sound like. We'll hear the last couple of lines in the first verse, and then we'll hear the first part of the second verse right now.
I got a new sensation, perfect moments, but so impossible to refuse. Sleep, now that the night is over.
So that's kind of what I was talking about. So in addition to that gap between the first and second verses in each of the pairs, there's also a symmetry between the verb, baby, verb. Like sleep, baby, sleep in the first verse, and then in the second of the paired verses, it says wake, baby, wake. Or in the last part of the song in the 5th and the 6th, it starts with hate, baby, hate, and is matched by love, baby, love. So it's a great way to pair all of the discussions or the things that Michael is singing about. So at the end of the second chorus, Michael yells out trumpet, and then Kirk, the sax player, obliges him with a sax solo. It's kind of a sax solo. It's not a long distance between the end of the second chorus and the start of the 5th verse, but you get a kind of a sax solo at that time because Kirk is just following instructions, and then you kind of have a guitar solo at the end of that half of the bridge between the 2 verses. And that's kind of it for a quick look at New Sensation. It's really a fun and infectious song, as I said before, and I really, really love it. Next time, I'd like you all to always be with me, since I'll always be with you, as we join Joe Satriani surfing with the alien. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.